Hello, welcome back everyone. So today, continuing forward with our series, I'm gonna teach you how to upload your PDFs, CSVs and other text files and feed them to GPT and make GPT act like your personal analyst. So today I'll be showing you exactly how to do that using Python and the OpenAI API, right? So by the end of this video, you'll be able to upload and parse files like PDFs, CSVs, and text files, and then feed the text to GPT. And then you'll be able to question GPT about the summary of the PDF, or to make changes or to modify the text in those files, right? So let's get started. uh, I think from my previous video, if you haven't done this, so first of all, please set up your environment. Watch my previous video on setting up your first Jupyter notebook with Conda and OpenAI API. So that will help you set up at least these two cells. You will be able to save your API key in an environment file, and then you'll be able to initialize our OpenAI object. Otherwise, please check out that video first, then you can follow this tutorial right now. So starting from the top, we are going to import operating system. This will be used to save library to read our PDFs. PyPDF2 will be using pandas to parse CSV files. .env for for environment variables, for setting up environment variable API key, and OpenAI library, right? So we first set the API key into the operating system. So this will be used by OpenAI library by default. If it's not present, or if it has spaces, or if it does not start with the escape clause, then it will throw an error. So please do it properly. Now let's get started with the real code here. I have made a function to read the PDF first. This will be using PyPDF2 PDF reader the file, then we read the file and we add text into variable, and then we will feed this text to GPT later on. Like, this is just the definition of function. Second function we have is the text file. It simply reads the file character by character using Python, simple Python, no external libraries, right? And then we have CSV file. We'll be reading the CSV file and then we'll be parsing it using pandas. So pandas.read CSV will help us read a CSV file and then save it to a data frame, and then we will data frame is just text, and then data frame to string to text, and then we will be feeding that text to GPT, right? So this is our code to run our OpenAI GPT. I am using GPT-4o mini. It uses a lower amount of tokens than the GPT-4, but it is also cheaper, and you will be billed far less than using a GPT-4 version. If you don't wanna make it expensive, use this GPT mini. And then we are just creating chat completions, creating a prompt using our model, and then we have a prompt that you are a helpful assistant, system prompt, and then a user prompt with the actual text that we will be getting from the function. We have a temperature. This I'll be explaining in later videos. It will have its own video, okay? And this will just return back the text that GPT returns. And our final code is like, I have 3 files. So basically I have one file this. I have 3 files. One is PDF, resume. I'll be using my own resume for this. So this is my resume file. We will do a summary of this resume file. We have a CSV file. This is like different industry names. So we'll be asking GPT to summarize what's in this CSV file. If you have a messy CSV file, you can use GPT to summarize it, right? And we have a simple text file. This is a random text file, just simple text. There is nothing complex here. Hello GPT. Let's see if GPT catches that it's saying hello to it, right? So I'm gonna run this code from the top. Let's run this code. This is the final result, guys. So let's start running this code. Also, if you don't have this library right now, you can install any library that you want directly using like you have activated your Conda environment. I'm in this LLM's Conda environment. You can simply pip install library name, and you will have that library installed in your environment. It will be saved to this environment.yml file that we set up earlier here, and it will have your pip libraries here. So I should have OpenAI is here, right, and pandas is here, numpy is here. For now that is enough, right? So let's run our code. Let's run our code from the top and see what it gets us, right? API key is found and looks good so far, fine. Then we are reading function defined, fine. Text file definition, CSV file function definition, that's okay. Now initializing our AI request object, and we'll be defining this function. This works fine. And then we have array of different type of files. We'll be iterating over this object files, and we'll be running their functions. For PDF we'll be running read PDF, read text, and read CSV, and then we'll be printing the response from GPT, right? So let's see what the responses are. That will be the summary for my resume. It's taking some time, but it's okay. So here it has done a perfect job. It has listed out my education, it has listed out my professional experience point wise. You can also make changes, or you can tell it to modify or optimize it for your own cover letter or job applications, right? That can be another video in itself about modifying and optimizing resume using GPT, but that is the summary. And after that we have a summary for text. The document is a random text file containing a greeting to GPT. Okay, it got our greeting stating that it has nothing of value, which is fine. And finally we have summary of our example CSV. The CSV document contains a list of industries totaling 43. It has okay, so GPT can count number of rows, right? These industries, blah blah blah, accounting, finance, healthcare, blah blah blah. The list reflects a broad spectrum of employment opportunities across diverse fields. So GPT can read CSV text as well. This is the final result. A few tips I would like to add are that please don't use GPT-4 model. Has higher amount of tokens available, so you can send larger text for it to read, but it will be more expensive and not worth it. Whenever you have a big file, try to break that file into smaller chunks and then feed those text chunks to GPT. That would be cheaper, and that would give you more accurate results, because if you give it a long text, then it will get confused. Also, please don't send your sensitive data directly to GPT. It's not, there could be some issues, so rather just use it for general purpose, not for sensitive data reading, right? Also truncate these PDF files or long text into smaller chunks whenever possible. That's okay. You can also use the GPT-4 Turbo Plus, whatever the new version is. I think that will yield better results, but please check the pricing for GPT models. You don't wanna get billed ridiculously. I only use $5 for this. Okay, see you guys in the next video. We'll going deeper into this. I think I'll make new practical projects based on this rather than theory. I'll be listing this file in description, so check it out. Thanks guys.